Hi. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Nura Khalees. I wanted to talk today about Princess Ozma of Oz. Ozma was introduced in the second of L. Frank Baum's Oz books, The Marvelous Land of Oz, published in 1904. Spoilers for a 121-year-old book. Ozma was the daughter of King Pastoria, who was deposed by Oscar Zoroaster Fadrig Isaac Norman Henkel Emmanuel Ambrose Diggs, a con man who convinced the people of Oz that he was a wizard and has a very, very large brain and should rule them instead of King Pastoria. Diggs, now called the Wizard of Oz, gives the baby Ozma to a witch named Mombi to hide. Mombi turns Ozma into a boy and gives her the name Tipitarius, or Tip for short. Mombi treats Tip like a slave, and Tip eventually runs away. After a series of adventures, Tip discovers that he is Ozma, the rightful ruler of Oz. Glinda the Good Witch of the South forces Mombi to turn Tip back into Ozma, and she becomes the ruler of Oz. Now, many trans women like myself identify with Ozma and see her as trans. The webcomic Yellow Brick Ramble, which is written and drawn by Daisy McGuire, who is a trans woman herself, is a retelling of The Marvelous Land of Oz, where Ozma is more explicitly trans, choosing to live as a girl and choosing the name Ozma before even discovering that she is the rightful ruler of Oz. Right now in the webcomic, she hasn't discovered that she's the rightful ruler. Many adaptions of the Oz stories, on the other hand, erase the trans aspects of Ozma's story or erase her completely. The 1972 animated film Journey Back to Oz, which mostly adapts The Marvelous Land of Oz, eliminates Ozma entirely and replaces her with Dorothy, who has returned to Oz. She is also seemingly erased in the 2013 Disney movie Oz the Great and Powerful, as Glinda the Good Witch is the daughter of the king who had been killed by the Witch of the East rather than deposed by the wizard. Disney's 1985 film, Return to Oz, an adaptation of two Oz books, The Marvelous Land of Oz and Ozma of Oz, has Ozma in it, but her role is reduced, and her having been Tip was cut out completely. Conversely, the 1985 video game developed by Wyndham Classics has Tip in it, but cuts Ozma out, ending with Tip becoming the King of Oz. Now, you may be wondering why I'm bringing all this up. I'm bringing it up because Donald Trump, the president, has, according to Associated Press and other credible news sources, signed an executive order declaring that the federal government would recognize only two immutable sexes, male and female, and that they're determined on whether they are born with eggs or with sperm. He's trying to erase trans people. Just like the makers of Journey Back to Oz, Oz the Great and Powerful, and Return to Oz, and the Wizard of Oz video game erased Ozma or the trans parts of her story. But I am here to tell you that despite this, trans people exist. We're here. Trans people are valid. Trans women are women. Trans men are men. Non-binary people are non-binary. And Ozma is the transgender Princess of Oz. Thank you.